What you doing, Tux? You getting some water out of your big water bowl? There are 2 goldfish in there. I don't think Tux is hunting them though. We have temps, I think, in the 40s this morning and fog, but not horrible fog. Good morning, Ruby. Yeah, it's pretty foggy out there. I mean, it's not so bad that you can't see cars, but it is definitely reduced visibility this morning. It's both pretty and makes you stay alert while you're driving, for sure. Well, behind all that fog, there is sun. I'll see you this afternoon for robotics, buddy. Okay. I love you. Bye-bye. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. We've got robotics this afternoon. The boys will get to continue working on their sumo bots. So looking forward to that. I did get in a few new Lego pieces that I got off eBay during the week, well, during the 2 weeks since we last met. And should have everything they need for them to finish up, hopefully on the building part today, so we can get working on the programming part. Good news is that I heard that Miss Williams, who's my sponsor teacher, has made it to the semifinal round for Teacher of the Year. So that was very exciting. There are 20 teachers in the semifinals. I did not hear how many total entries they had, but still, that's really awesome. We're pulling for her. I don't know exactly when we'll know, but hopefully sooner than later. We're all sort of, you know, on pins and needles, excited, waiting to hear where she places finally. Of course, I think she should get Teacher of the Year, but we'll see how that goes, and I'll report when I do find out for sure. I had another good piece of news last night. Patches, the Walmart kitty, is finally coming around for her foster people and allowing herself to be petted. I got sent a cute video of her enjoying having somebody rub on her head. So that was a major breakthrough. I think yesterday was the first time anybody actually got to pet on her. So that's good news. If she keeps up the good behavior, then she could get put up for adoption. Heard Tesla's got some sort of a big announcement this afternoon at 2 PST or 5 o'clock Eastern time, my time. So I am anxious to see what that could be. Dawn and I were having an interesting conversation yesterday about announcing Model Y versus protecting Model 3 sales going into first and second quarter. I don't really know what I think they're going to say today. I could see them negating the Model Y announce effect on the Model 3 sales by announcing the pickup truck instead. Because they're not, you know, the same folks that want a pickup truck aren't really the same folks that want a Model 3 or a Model Y necessarily. But I can certainly see some Model 3 people deciding to wait for the Model Y. I mean, even Dawn's kind of mulling that over a little bit. So we'll have to see. They certainly generated some excitement over that. You know, the stock took a positive hit after they said they had an announcement to make. So, you know, if Elon even breathes, the stock moves for Tesla. I'm a little disheartened about the whole SEC thing this week. I didn't mention it when it happened or shortly thereafter, but I'm watching to see what comes out of that. I guess if I just think about it for a second, I want it to go away is what I want it to happen. I don't care that he made the tweet. I want him to leave him alone. And I don't know. I just, I wish that whole thing would just die and settle and, you know, not be in the news. That's not the kind of news I'm wanting to see. So it looks like today's going to be salvageable. It's actually 48 out there. Here in Raleigh, the sun is mostly broke through the fog, and I'll be interested to see where it was heavier down in Fuquay, how much fog is left. I sort of wanted to stop and take a picture of my favorite stand of trees in the fog this morning. So I'll have to see if they're still in the fog or not. But safety's key, so I can miss my picture to have safer roads. And Taekwondo tonight, and you know, the normal busy Thursday. So I think all the Teslas are gone from HC Auto and Body now. So there are 3 still parked up near the building. Maybe those are spoken for and somebody's scheduled to come get them. I can sort of see through the fence, and I don't think there's a whole bunch behind the fence either. They've definitely cleared out the majority of the Teslas from this lot here on South Wilmington Street. They have put a Harris Teeter sign on the outside of the old Kroger building now. And what caught my attention this morning is that there's a crane lifting probably new air conditioning units on top of the building, and the sign here says opening spring 2019. So what I'm trying to decide is are they really closing the old Harris Teeter, which is like a half a mile away, or are we going to have 2 Harris Teeters in town? I'm guessing we're moving to this one, and I'm not sure I like that answer. I peeked up at the hawk's nest, and I saw both the male and the female, and one of them was bringing yet another branch back to the nest. The nest is looking pretty substantial now. It's time for them to lay their eggs. The hawks only have 1 brood a year, unlike bluebirds, for example, that often have 3. It just takes their babies a long time to be ready to leave the nest and hunt. So, you know, by the time it's May going into June, the babies will be ready to go out on their own. And then I guess once they leave the nest, they need some supervision. So at any rate, this red-shouldered hawk will only have 1 nest this year, and it's about time for them to lay their eggs. Hi, Gray. Hi, sweetheart. Yep, I'm home. You need some attention now? It's a good girl. Oh, that's a good girl. Don't fall off, though. All loaded up for another fun afternoon of robotics.
Or you could be lucky like me and go to the landfill.
At least it's really pretty out here.
Yeah, it's not bad. This is a good day to go to the landfill.
It's in the 60s now. Yep. It's nice. Don and I have an alarm set for 4:50 p.m. to make sure we don't miss the Tesla announcement. I should be home by then if I don't dilly-dally through you know, Fuquay on my way back to the house playing Pokemon. Yeah. Just let's see, I leave the school at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I should be close. It might be close. We'll see. Don thinks the 350 kilowatt supercharger, you know, Gen 3, version 3 supercharger, or possibly the 35K Model 3. I'm hoping for news about the pickup truck. I don't know, Electrek has a poll. It's going to be interesting. It better not be anything to do with Elon doing anything less than what he's doing today. Parking over here is so brutal. I'm not where I want to be. I guess I'm in an okay spot. An end spot over here in the actual lot. But then that means the boys and I have to walk through the carpool cars to get over here to pull the Lego stuff out. Because they they come out with me and grab it, and then when we leave, they bring it back out. Because there's way, you know, more than I can carry. Take me 6 trips by myself. So, but it is what it is. It's been more and more crowded. I don't know why there's no room to park over here. Got a good nap today, but it wasn't a good nap. There were dreams about showing up to robotics and not having my equipment. I have forgotten a thing or two this year, but I've never showed up with nothing. There was a dream about leaving groceries in the frunk, cold stuff, and finding it 3 or 4 days later. And then there was the one where I was over an hour late to get to school to pick up Johnny. So I don't know what set off all of that, but whatever it was, I don't need it, because that was kind of a rough dreams during nap time today. So Johnny has his robot running. It waits 5 seconds. Then it's got to move out of the box, which it probably didn't go quite far enough. And every time it finds the white line, it backs up. It's searching for another robot, but we don't have another one running yet.
Right now it's RAM glitching where it's always charging. It should be.
The ultrasonic sensor appears to be finding something, maybe. But it's good progress. This robot is coming along nicely too. So we fixed the problems. The code was looking at the wrong port for a couple of sensors, and we corrected the port number, and now we're good. Now we should be good. I think it moves far enough, and I think the ultrasonic and color sensors are working properly.
Oh.
It may not be close enough yet. I mean, we may need to go farther.
All right, this other sumo bot is working now too. So notice, if you can see on top, we have a number, a diagnostic number coming to the brick screen. And that's telling us which case statement path it's taking. It's 3:51, so I've got about an hour and 10 minutes to get home to watch whatever the Tesla announcement is with Dawn. That should be doable. Let me see what Ruby says about time to get home, although rush hour is building, so I find the estimate at this time of day to not always be accurate. Says 4:29. I'm betting it'll be more like 4:45. So we made some progress today. We got 2 robots successfully navigating the table. The smaller one needs to have some armor added probably, and I think that team can do that next week. One of the other teams is really close, and one of the teams, well, they need to focus and do a little more work. We're home, and Johnny and I wanted to try to get a picture of him on the bench with Tux. Last time we did this, Tux didn't stay. So we're watching Eric and David here during the Tesla announced this afternoon. I guess it's not Elon coming on to talk to us, but
yeah,
a series of website updates, blog posts, Electrek, YouTubers. I don't know, it's kind of leaking out there.
Right. Well, obviously the $35,000 standard battery is available. That
was the announcement, the biggest part probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then they kind of now have a couple intermediate steps. They have one they call the standard range plus, which gets 240 miles, and then they have the mid range and the long range. Now the long range is now added back, and it has long range rear wheel drive, 325 mile EPA range, which is, you know, wonderful. The dual motor performance is still 310. One thing to think about, you know, the standard range at 220 miles looks very appealing, but if you live up north where it gets, if you live in a cold weather state, especially if you're going to park outside, I don't know that you're really going to want, I think 220 miles, but if you're only going to charge to 90%, so about 200 miles, and then you really ought to only plan on 50% range, I mean, with plenty of safety margin, because you don't want to run your car down to, you know, 0 miles every day. So really, you got to think you're 100 miles maximum in cold weather. So I don't know that's necessarily something that
yeah, Florida and California, it's great.
Yeah.
You don't need the heated steering wheel or the seats. And
even here, we park in a garage. It would be okay for us. It would be less desirable, but certainly if you park outside, especially if you don't have home charging, my God, I couldn't even imagine you fooling with the standard range. So I'm very glad they have it. I'm very glad that they also have the partial premium which is 240 miles, because that 20 miles, there's a big difference between being able to go 100 miles and 120 miles in cold weather. That 20 miles is a significant increase. So I like that. I think the rear wheel drive at 325 miles, that dual motor, that single motor rear wheel drive, that's impressive.
Have a good class, buddy.
You too, Mom. See you later.
Yep, love you. Ruby and I traveled 97.8 miles today with a fairly efficient 315 watt hours per mile. Ruby says I could go another 129 miles, and you'll see it's a warm 54 out there. By the way, Johnny and I are in the last hour of our 27-hour, 12-book series, Surviving the Fall set. So we'll be finishing that up tomorrow. Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl.
Did you get your dishwasher rearranged just the way you like it?
Yes, ma'am, I sure did.
Yeah, and I just got done cleaning up after Kitty.
And cleaning up after and after.
Yeah.
It was a multi-session event.
Poor Kitty.
Poor kitten. Poor kitten. Oh, I'm so sorry for you.
I think she's okay, but yeah.
Till the next time.
Exactly. Cats.